Are you ready to supercharge your social media? Well, today we're going to go through all of the Meta products and full automation of Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, how we use Pipedream, Make.com, and IFTTT to make sure that you don't spend an ounce of time during the week doing this. Set it up once, it will be good forever. There's so much that I do every week that I don't have time to be posting 5 times a day, 3 times a day, whatever, on all of these social media platforms. Well, it was a goal of mine to automate all of these platforms, and guess what? I figured it out, and now I'm gonna show you. So hang tight, we're gonna go through every single one of them here, and by the end of this video, you'll be able to do it as well. So the first thing I wanna show you is my Instagram profile. As you can see, I kinda just started a day ago, but all of these posts are fully automated. So here, if you click on one, we have an AI generated picture with an AI generated caption, and all of this was done without any of my help. I literally was sleeping last night while these were posting. So I'm gonna show you how to do this across all of these platforms. I automated content with the picture and the caption to be posted on both Facebook and Instagram at once. In addition, every single time I post on X, which I also fully automated, which is for another video because it's more complicated, it will also post to Threads. So you'll be able to see how I automated all of that. So first and foremost, I want to show you the Make.com. The Make.com is the easiest part of this, so it's going to be good for me to show it to you first. Then we can dive into Pipedream later. Essentially, with Make.com, we get a cell from the Google Sheets, which is this first step here. And that Google Sheets has a list of all the different captions that I generate using AI in Pipedream. The reason why I use Pipedream instead of Make.com as much as I can is because you get more operations every month. That allows me to do a lot of the back-end heavy lifting in Pipedream and then just have all the output on Make.com. In fact, if I could automate Instagram and Facebook on Pipedream, I probably would have done it, but they don't have any native integrations, so I had to use Make.com. If you don't have any of these tools, just check out the links below and you'll get a discount on both Pipedream and Make.com for the first month. So moving along, we have the OpenAI node right here, which is essentially a way of generating that image. So I actually have changed the prompt since what you saw before. In the next hour or two, it's gonna be able to upload a new image. So maybe we'll see that. So this is the prompt, you put it right in here. It's super easy. If you need to know how to open up OpenAI connection, I can go through that in a separate video. But for now, it's pretty easy. You know, it's just 4 cents every single time that you run it. So every single time you create an image based on a prompt in DALL-E on OpenAI, it's just 4 cents. I did the math, and over a month of posting 3 times per day, 7 times per week, it only comes out to like $3.50. So I'm okay with spending that. I spend a lot more on that on dumber stuff for sure. After we get the image, we have the Instagram for Business. This takes that photo that was generated, takes a caption from the Google Sheets earlier in the workflow, and puts them together to do the post. The same thing happens for Facebook here. Takes the image, which is that link, takes the message, which is that value from the Google Sheets, and it posts there as well. Delete a row at the end for the Google Sheets. This is just so that we never repeat the same caption. So I'll show you in a second how we use Pipedream to generate a bunch of different captions. It happens once a week. It's one big operation, and it only uses one operator because unlike Make.com, which charges you for each of these individual nodes of your workflow, Pipedream only charges you for one operation in total. So no matter how many you have, it charges you for one. Okay, so starting off here in Pipedream, we have the trigger. The trigger is just when it's gonna fire, what conditions it's gonna fire. Here, as you can see, it's weekly at 12:45 p.m. only on Tuesdays. So once per week, this operation fires and it gets me all the information I need for the week for the other Make.com automation. So the second step is just to get my content. I have a separate spreadsheet filled with all the information that I have about my brand, which is YouTube video transcriptions, website information, newsletter information, and captions. After I have all that information in the spreadsheet, this step right here gets that content and pulls it all as an output. This step right here, this code step, what it does is it takes all that content and it puts it all together. But since there's so many sources, I think there's like 20 different lines there, it reduces the amount of text for each one just so that it's easier to handle. If you have a ton of text, when you go to prompt the AI tool, it's going to take more operators. You have to increase the memory, you have to increase the timeout time, and that can go from costing you 1 to like 20 operations. Not a big deal because you get so many in Pipedream every month, but it's just something that I want to cut down on because I'm running a ton of automations here. In code step right here, this stringifies everything. This is super important and something that a lot of people don't know, and even ChatGPT doesn't know this. I've used ChatGPT to help me with some coding, but you wouldn't be able to figure this out with a regular LLM. You would have to just know about coding to figure it out. So this step right here is super important, and then you bring it down into this create captions. Now, this is my prompt here. I have all this information here, and I can share all this with you for sure, like I said. Just comment automation below, and I'll make sure to get you guys the link. And here in this create caption step, this is the actual prompt that gets sent out to OpenRouter. If you don't know what OpenRouter is, super simple to set up, just like going to OpenAI, except in my opinion, way better. You spend a couple dollars, maybe $9, and then you have tons of money for the foreseeable future on that platform. But the better part about this is that I actually use a DeepSeek free model. This DeepSeek free model I found is even better than ChatGPT 40. So there's no reason to spend all this money if you can just use a free version right here. So most of the time, I run all my prompts through DeepSeek and get better results than OpenAI ChatGPT, and it costs me nothing. So highly recommend that. And you can see this is the model name right here. And again, I'll give you this code so you can set it up just like me. So where we're at right now is we took all the information from our content. Once we had that information, we set it up, formatted it right, and then sent it into DeepSeek with a proper prompt to return us with these actual post information that we want for both Instagram and Facebook. This code right here just parses it, which not a big deal. Honestly, if you don't know what it is, you don't even need to know what it is. Just copy this step and you'll be good. But it's just another formatting thing. And then what that does is it puts it into a new spreadsheet with just row by row. So I now have 27 or 28 different rows filled with captions. And as you saw in the prior make.com step, what happens is every single time it pulls a caption for an Instagram and a Facebook post, it will then at the end of it delete that row, just making it shorter and shorter and shorter. Now, at the end of all this, there is the weekly step that regenerates that entire list. So you're just gonna be filled with fresh content all the time. The only thing that you might need to do is just go in every week, once a week for 5 minutes and update the information that you have about yourself. It's just more information that the DeepSeek can pull from to create these posts. Now, these posts are a little bit different than tweets, and they're obviously a little bit different than blogs. So I recommend that if you do have workflows for these individual platforms, that you separate them out, just like I have them separated. So this create image step, this was something that I had left over, but I'm not actually using it. I found that it was just easier to do in make.com. You can't really do it as well as efficiently and link them. So I'm gonna delete this step and just use make.com for generating my images. Finally, I wanted to show you the X to Threads. Now this step is super, super, super easy. Every single time I post to X, if X, then I post to Threads. It comes out looking like you're reposting from Twitter. It has little information about Twitter, but to be honest, with so much time spent on all these different platforms and everything I have to do in my personal life, along with my career, I just don't have time to use Threads at all. So if it was either this or not use Threads at all, and I think it's a pretty good medium. So I have this automation that every single time I have an X post go out, it also goes out on Threads. This is something that you can experiment with and use make.com if you want to create your own individual threads. But I just feel like they're kind of the same platform, and until I know about Threads really gaining momentum and being kind of its own powerhouse of a platform, I'm gonna continue to just use X primarily and then just repost to Threads. So that's it. Pretty simple, pretty easy. If you copy my steps exactly, then you'll be posting 3 to 5 times per day on every single platform, and you won't have to worry about anything. So again, the purpose of this video and all my videos is just to make sure that you have as much free time as possible. We're not giving up on these platforms, we're just figuring out how to automate them. We're automating them for a low cost or no cost in some cases, and we're able to save that extra time and use it towards things that are more important, in my opinion, like content creation, or expanding your digital ecosystem, or figuring out your own automations, or even creating an agency. So take all this extra time that I gave you back, use it productively, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications for my channel for more videos like this, and as always, good luck on your AI journey.